Yo guys, what's up? It's Adam here at Anticenaguy, episode 9 of Ask Anticenaguy. I hope you're all having a good weekend, everybody. It's Friday night. As you can see, I'm living it up with the hype. I've just been looking at episode 8 of some of these great questions that you guys have left me. Like I said, I'm not trying to be Mr. Popularity here on YouTube, and I'm not trying to be YouTube's #1 YouTuber or anything like that. I know there's loads of YouTubers who get loads of Q&A questions and everything, and some get more popular questions than others. I don't get asked many questions, but hey, like I say, that's cool. That's cool. On this episode 8 of Ask Anticenaguy, I only got asked 10 questions, but hey, that's cool. Hopefully one day this will make it really big, but if it doesn't, that's cool too. Okay, I'll just get on with this episode of Ask Anticenaguy. The first question from Gareth Storer says, will you review old pay-per-views back during the Ruthless Aggression era? Why not? I've been taking a break from wrestling lately, everybody. But I don't mind reviewing pay-per-views from the Ruthless Aggression era because it was a great era in wrestling. The Attitude Era will always be the #1 best era in pro wrestling. Ruthless Aggression Era comes second, then the Golden Era, then the New Generation Era, which is aka WWF In Your House, and of course the shitty Abomination PG Era, and the list goes on. But reviewing pay-per-views back in the Ruthless Aggression Era, that's something I would like to do, but my videos aren't getting that much popularity in the department of reviewing WWE pay-per-views. But I know you've got to work hard at it, and there's only me who can get them popular, so who knows. It would be great to review some pay-per-views from the Ruthless Aggression Era, to try and get the popularity up. So thanks for sending that in. So yeah, all in good time, some Ruthless Aggression Era pay-per-views will be uploaded and reviewed. Thanks for sending that in. Next from Curtis Moore 2552 says, hi Adam, do you think William Regal should be inducted into the WWE Hall of Fame? Definitely. I've met William Regal, he's a nice guy, a true gent. The guy looks much more bigger in person. He's actually a big guy. But for everything that he's gained for WWE, everything that he's been involved in, I think I've always said he was one of the most underrated wrestlers in the WWE at the time when he was wrestling, because he was very technical. He wasn't one of these wrestlers that pissed about in the ring. I know he's been involved in a lot of goofy storytelling and a lot of shitty storylines, just like any other WWE superstar. But on the whole, when it comes to wrestling, William Regal did not mess about. He took the profession very seriously, and he took wrestling to a whole new different level when he actually competed. He was very aggressive, very determined, and he was a very hard worker. So, with that being said, I think yes, William Regal should be going into the WWE Hall of Fame. So I'm slurring a little bit. I've drank a little too much tonight, but hell, it's Friday night. Who gives a flying fuck? I don't. But yes, William Regal should definitely go into the WWE Hall of Fame. Like I say, I've met the guy. He was a true gent, and I've got his autograph on my wall along with the other autographs down in my a living room. With all the other WWE superstars and legends that I've met. William Regal definitely deserves to go to the WWE Hall of Fame. Hopefully WWE will do the right thing and induct him in. So thanks for sending that in. Definitely should go in the Hall of Fame, William Regal. Next from JK1996 R2D. He says he has 2 questions. I will answer both of these questions, but like I said in the previous episode, guys and babes, please only send one question in, because it gives people a chance to get all their questions answered. But I will answer both of these questions. The question number 1 says, which Intercontinental title design do you like the most? I like both the classic from the Golden Era and the overall belt from the Attitude Ruthless Aggression Era. I think the current IC title belt is trash. Well, to say the truth, I think most of the titles in WWE now are trash. And I have to agree with you. The beautiful Intercontinental title from the Golden Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era was a very beautiful design. This one looks like the configuration box from the Hellraiser series. It doesn't look right, you know what I mean? And the Intercontinental title back in the day was considered a prestigious title, and the likes of Shawn Michaels, Bret Hart, Stone Cold really made the belt prestigious, but these days it's held by the likes of Dominic Mysterio. I mean, I've said it from time and time again, everybody, you might as well know this. I do not like Dominic Mysterio, right? I think the guy is overrated, and what can he do in the ring that's good? You know, I've not seen anything so far that's made me go, wow, that was awesome. You know, because Dominic Mysterio is overrated. No, he's not in the same league as Eddie Guerrero, never will be, and I don't see anything great about the current Intercontinental Champion. But I do agree with what you're saying about the Intercontinental title design. It was way better back in the Golden Era and the Ruthless Aggression Era, so yeah, I have to agree with you. The second question you ask is, do you like watching TV soaps such as Amdale or Coronation Street? I used to watch Coronation Street back in the day. In my opinion, the best era of Coronation Street was the 90s and early 2000s. My mother used to watch it a lot, so that's why I got hooked onto it. My favourite character is Jim McDonald. But I do miss some of the old characters like Mike Baldwin, Fred Elliott, the Duckworths. You know, there's just so many characters that have gone now, and the show is just not nearly as good as it was. I think I quit watching Coronation Street around about 2010. It was just like WWE. It started to decline, and I started to watch less TV. And Coronation Street was great back in the day, but just not as good as anymore. Emmerdale and EastEnders, I don't watch those. But Coronation Street used to watch back in the day, growing up through my childhood. You know, so thanks for sending that in. Next from Laserboy226 says, hi Adam, I know you love horror movies, and have you seen the 1990 horror fantasy movie Nightbreed? It's made by the same director who made the Hellraiser franchise. Yes, I have seen Nightbreed, but not in a long time. I can hardly remember what the movie is about, and like I said, it was made in 1990. It is a movie that I would like to go back and re-watch again, because I do remember watching it, and I do remember liking it. But it's been such a long time, and I can't remember the movie, what it was. But I do remember liking it. And again, if it's made by the same director who made the Hellraiser franchise, then I'm willing to give it a try. You know what I mean? So, thanks for sending that in. Nightbreed, it does ring a bell, but I just can't remember it. Next from the Deathless Lord, Sir Bearus says, hey Adam, no disrespect when I ask this, just a goofy one. If you could have your depression cured, but you had to watch Seed of Chucky once a day for the rest of your life, would you do it? Yes. I know that's saying a lot, but Seed of Chucky is pure trash, but I would give my heart and soul to get rid of my depression. Because those of you who are new to this channel, I suffer from depression and bipolar. And I take medication for the disorder, I go to counselling, and it's a bastard of an illness to have. And I won't wish that on my worst enemy. And if the only cure was to watch Seed of Chucky every day for the rest of my life just to cure it and feel happy, I'd do that. Because I'll be willing to do anything to get rid of the illness. You know, it's an illness I've been battling for nearly 20 years. I'm still alive. Don't know how I've done it, but some people say I'm strong, but I don't know. I'm just plodding along with the whole idea. So yeah, I would. In fact, I'd do anything. Next from David8986 says, hi Adam, you mentioned that you like Eddie Murphy. Have you ever seen the 1986 film The Golden Child? If so, what are your thoughts on it? I've seen loads of films of Eddie Murphy, but The Golden Child I've not seen. Is it any good? Please let me know. But the main film I like Eddie Murphy in is The Nutty Professor. And that holds a candle to my heart because it was my mother's favourite film. My mother's no longer with her. She's in heaven now. But it was my mother's favourite film, The Nutty Professor. I liked him in The Haunted Mansion, Dr. Doodle. You know, I didn't like the Distinguished Gentleman. I didn't like that one. But that one that you've seen, The Golden Child, I've not seen that one either. You know, I like the Beverly Hills Cop and all those other movies. But The Golden Child, I've not seen. So that's definitely one that I've got to check out. Do you recommend it? Let me know. Next from number 2463 says, Adam, do you think that WWE title design change is well overdue? I really don't like the corporate logo belts. Yes, the logo belts are fucking trash. Think of all those beautiful championship designs we've had in the past, like the Undisputed title, the big gold WCW belt, the Winged Eagle belt. We've had so many beautiful designs in the past. I thought the spinner belt was fucking trash. The one that John Cena held, but that was mainly held for John Cena. But the big corporate logo belts are lazy. it's just a gold belt with a logo in the middle. Whatever happened to creativity, like putting on nice plates and diamonds and things like that? Even the fans have created much more better championship belts than the creative team. The logo belts need to fucking go. And I can't fucking wait till they do. But you watch WWE fans are screwing up. They'll just replace the belt with something even more uglier and even more cheaper. So, who the fuck knows? But yeah, them corporate belts are fucking trash. They're so boring. They're so cheap looking. And they're lazy. Lazy design, lazy effort. Definitely need to be replaced and overdue. Next from Mike Hunt 111 says, what's your favourite rock song played by wrestling events? Mine are Judas by the band Fozzy and Cult of Personality by Living Colour. Wow, that's a great question. I'd have to say probably Disturbed, the Stone Cold Steve Austin's theme, Glass Shatters. But I also like other songs from Motorhead and things like that. But that would have to be my favourite one, Disturbed, because Stone Cold Steve Austin's my hero, is my idol. I've got him tattooed on my arm right here. Stone Cold Steve Austin. Love the guy. I absolutely idolise him. And for a song like Disturbed to sing his theme song was a real good kick-ass song, and I really, really enjoyed it. So it'll have to be Disturbed. Next from Badabum663 says, hi Adam, what do you have when you have a Chinese takeaway? And what do you have on an Indian takeaway? Chinese takeaway, I usually go for the roast duck fried rice. And for the Indian takeaway, I go for chicken tikka masala with egg fried rice. With some naan bread. I'm very simple when it comes to takeaways. Chinese takeaways, I've cut down on them, but I used to eat them a lot when I was younger, and that's what made me gain a lot of weight. So now I only have them like once in a blue moon or on a guilty pleasure day. Indian, I eat less of, but when I do, I usually have the same thing. It's either the chicken tikka masala or it's the lamb tikka masala with egg fried rice with a little bit of naan bread. But I also like the poppadoms, and the sagaloo. So some nice Indian food to choose from. I would choose Indian over Chinese any day, but I just don't have that much of it. But thanks for sending that in. Last question from MovieFan2340. Did you ever watch the Evil Dead TV show Ash vs Evil Dead starring Bruce Campbell? It's fantastic, and I love a letter to the original film. It's so very funny. No, I haven't seen it, Ash and versus the Evil Dead. I've seen all the Evil Dead films. I love Evil Dead 1, love Evil Dead 2, love Army of Darkness, Evil Dead 3, and I like Bruce Campbell. But I never got round to seeing Ash versus the Evil Dead. Is it any good? Let me know. Because any crossovers or verses, I'm very happy to watch them. And if it's a film starring Bruce Campbell, that's even more of a bigger reason to watch the film. But, yeah, that is one I would be really, really check out. Please give me some recommendations. But the Evil Dead TV show, I've not seen many of them. I know there's a lot of good TV shows out there. But I've just never got round to doing them because I'm such a busy guy with my business and my full-time job. And when you're a single guy living in a house all by yourself, it's a very busy life. So you don't get round to watching much television. But that's my Ask Anticenaguy episode 9, everybody. For episode 10, you know what you got to do. Just leave all your questions in this episode, and then when it comes to episode 10, I'll be able to answer them there. Okay, thanks for watching this, everybody. I really do appreciate it. Have a great Friday night. Have a great weekend. Thanks for sending your great questions. Thanks, everyone. Peace out. Peace.